All right, boys, we are live. Still at Starbucks. It's my final day in Pattaya. I am ready to get out of here. I will go to Bangkok this afternoon. I was originally supposed to stay here until April 19th, but I'm ready to go. Met a guy up there who's doing some day game. I want to get that area. I can get hot girls into my life. There's just not a lot here, so I'm excited for that. Today I was doing some Reddit outreach. Wasn't gonna go live. Decided I saw some decent stuff that maybe you guys could learn from if you guys are struggling with online dating. Yeah, just give you some information. I was already doing the outreach anyways, so we'll see. We'll see what's going on there. I realized yesterday someone pointed out that there was no sound to the live stream, so I was going over I was going over what I teach my clients for online dating. I'll just go over it with you guys again if you guys missed it. It's just in case you guys are struggling with any online dating. There are steps that you can do to really stand out. Girls will match with roughly 2 to 4% of men's profiles. Most of the time, guys don't know what they're doing. So girls will swipe, say out of 100 times, they'll match with 2, maybe 4 guys. And out of that, who knows how many guys actually know how to even text properly. We'll see a good example here of how this guy's texting and why the girls are flaking. But yeah, so girls will only match with about 2 to 4 guys, and that means that the guys that they do swipe on, they're in the top 10, 15% of profiles out there. So the guys in the top 10, 15% are getting all the matches, while everybody else is getting the leftovers. If you have a below average profile or just a kind of average profile, you probably noticed the results you're getting. A lot of the girls that are liking you, swiping on you, you probably wouldn't want to go out on a date with. That's just an assumption, but if that is the case, there are steps you can do to improve your profile. So I'll just go through this just a little bit. Like I said, this would be week 1 of the training, just kind of get you to emphasize that online dating, whether you like it or not, is visually based. You are a brand, you are a product, you are putting your best self out there. So if you want the most attractive women, which you're a man, I assume you want as hot of a woman as you can get, you want to display yourself as well as you can. Good photos, shows that you have effort, shows that you have friends. Like, there's things that you can do to really stand out from other guys. The number one goal is to get attention on dating apps. Girls will swipe left immediately, like within seconds. They'll see the first photo and they will know immediately if they're going to even look at the rest of your profile. This is how they can get through 100 profiles in an hour. They just no. Okay, this guy looks okay. You got her attention, so she'll at least continue to look through your profile. But many girls will just swipe left in seconds. There's a video that one of my very first videos I posted on this channel. I was with reviewing profiles with my ex, and we were going through, and she would see which profiles she would match with and which ones she wouldn't, and then she would explain why. And most of the guys out there she would not match with. She knew very quickly that there's just a no. Most of them, like a very first photo, if you are not clearly visible, if you have sunglasses, if it looks low quality, immediate left. There are many girls, if they see a fish picture or a dead animal, immediate left. So there are things that you can do to neutralize this, but girls will judge you on your worst photo. And if you're not getting attention, they're not even going to look at the rest of your photo. They will decide within seconds, hey, this guy's not for me, next. So getting attention is number one. You want quality photos, good colors, things that just make you stand out. You don't want to just look like every other photo. Apathy is your adversary. Girls will just swipe next. If it looks like you just blend in, or if you have a selfie with a cat and she just saw 5 of those photos, even if you look better than those guys, she probably just be like, yeah, it's the same photo. I don't care. Next. And you're not getting her out of her apathy. She's just kind of in this zone of next. So get attention, get her out of her apathy. You are a man, like you are the product. You are branding yourself. You are showing her why she should choose you over the hundreds of other guys that she could possibly match with. girls have endless options on dating apps. They don't need to settle, which is why they can look at your worst photo and decide, nah, not for me, because they know there's going to be plenty of other guys that are wanting to match with them, that are wanting to take them out. They don't have to just settle. Like most guys who are not getting a ton of matches, they will settle because they're not getting that abundance. It's like, okay, well, I've gotten 5 likes in 2 weeks. I guess I'll just go with this girl. There's a lot of ways that guys get into relationships is that we don't have a lot of abundance. I'm actually writing my book now that I've been working on, put in some good hours yesterday with it. And I'm just reflecting on how I was as a high schooler and just how needy I was for validation and like just desperate for any girl to come along. And I think a lot of guys feel this way because if you don't know how to socialize and meet women just in your day-to-day life, and then you're not meeting them, in your 30s, you don't have a huge friend group. You're not going to college to meet all these girls. You're not going to these house parties. So you don't have a ton of availability. So you get online, and if you have a below average or even an average profile, you're not getting a tons of likes. So then you're still in scarcity. And then it's like, okay, well, I haven't really gotten any likes for a couple of weeks. I'm just going to go out with this girl. We'll see what happens. You hit it off well enough with her. She's cute enough. And then now you're in a relationship that you probably aren't unhappy with, but you're also not happy with. Like, it's not your ideal girl, but it's better than nothing. And then, this is how you end up in marriage number 2 or in a relationship for 5 years that you kind of know won't work out, but maybe it will, because you don't know when the next girl is going to come. So saying all that, highly, highly important to get as much attention as you can. Put forth the effort to get a high quality profile. You get 6 great photos. You can use this for the next few years. You don't have to worry about just settling for one girl because you don't know when the next one's going to come on. You get this settled for 6 years. You can just constantly get matches. You can like, okay, she was cool, but not my ideal girl. Let's go see what else is out there. You can also use this when you're traveling. Like, okay, this is good. My profile is getting me matches. Let's go test it out in Mexico. Let's go test it out in Europe. Let's go test it out in Australia. Let's go meet people around the world. Now that you have this profile that you can get likes from, you can take this anywhere. And you can have all these different experiences that the guys that don't want to put forth this effort will never get. So saying all this, just hopefully that emphasizes to you how important this is, how great it can be if you put forth the upfront effort and really do what you can to make yourself look as attractive. This is your brand. Do you want to come across as the average guy who just puts up selfies, doesn't really show much effort, doesn't show he lives an interesting lifestyle? Or do you want to be the guy that, girls are like, oh, wow, this guy actually put some effort into his profile. He looks adventurous. I would like to go meet up with this guy. He stands out so much better than the rest of these people that I saw, with their fish pics and their group photos where I couldn't even see who they are. So hopefully that just kind of shows the importance of getting attention. I'll post those videos. I'll post a link in the description for those videos of me and my ex going through those profiles because it was really consistent of how unlikely it was for her to match with somebody, and she would explain why. Some of the traits that you're trying to get across on your profile is you obviously want to look your best. You don't have to be a male model. You don't have to be a 10. You just have to present yourself in a way that looks appealing. Let me double check this, make sure I'm even sharing my screen. Yeah, I'm even sharing my screen. Ah, damn, did all that for nothing. Here, let me show my screen. But hopefully that just reemphasizes the importance of what I was saying. 10,000 approaches with below average face, still no results. That sounds like something that's going wrong with your, I wouldn't say wrong, but something you could put on in your interactions. I know plenty of guys that are what you consider below average in looks, and they are getting results. So let's dive into that. You can ask me some questions here in a minute. I just want to go through. So showing off this document, like I was saying, the product is you. You want to brand yourself. You want to make yourself look as attractive as possible. You are trying to get attention. Girls will swipe for, very quickly up. This all look the same. All these profiles look the same. Don't care, don't care, don't care. So you're trying to get her out of her the traits you're trying to display are attractiveness. You want to make yourself look as good as possible. Like if you have a good suit photo, a photo that clearly shows your face, you're not just posing for the camera. You look like you can lead an interaction. You're not, this goes to like messaging. We'll see here guys that aren't assertive. They're asking, would you like to go for a date? What would you like to do? They can't lead. Assuredness that you do know girls like, hey, I'm just assuming you want to meet up. You did match with me. And then aliveness. You want your profile to look like you have energy. Like we'll see in the next coming days, weeks, however long I do these live streams, you just start to see a lot of guys don't even look alive. They just put forth the 6 best photos that they have, which if you're coming out of a divorce or a long-term relationship, most of us don't have any quality photos unless it's with our ex, and even those are just very posed nothingness. So take the time, get the right photos, use this shit for years, build your dating life, get the abundance, and you don't have to just settle with girls that aren't a right fit for you. Yeah, this is kind of what some of the breakdowns. I don't know how many of you guys actually, if you are single and you are looking to meet women, dating apps is the great way to do it. My recommendation, which I highly recommend, I don't like people saying don't do only cold approach, don't do apps, or only do apps, don't do cold approach. Do whatever you can to meet attractive women. Sex is great, women are great, the experience is great, the abundance is great. So if you're not using dating apps, here's just a little breakdown. Hinge is more, I would say, more for girls that are more serious. It does take a little bit more effort to set up a profile. They have to have 6 pictures. You have to have 3 prompts. Girls really put in the effort. This is where guys can really stand out as well, because you're putting forth 6 good photos and they're showing that you did put forth the effort. This is very popular in the US, Canada, Australia. I have not found it to be very useful around the world. It's just really those Western countries. But it is a good spot. You can send text messages with the like, so you can kind of stand out in that way as well. Hey, I noticed this about your profile, and it kind of gets her thinking, oh, okay, man, that's a unique message. I do want to talk to this guy. I'll match with him. Bumble, I personally have found Bumble to be the best for me, because I like that I just match with a girl and then it's on her to send me the first message. That way I'm not sending messages to girls that aren't interested. If she is interested, she'll at least say hi, and then you start that interaction. Whereas things like Hinge, you send out these messages, they might not ever match with you. Tinder, you get some likes, you match with them, and then you send out some messages and maybe they're not even that interested, they're just messing around. But at least on Bumble, when they are sending you messages first, they at least match with you, they are showing some interest. And typically the message will be, hey, which is fine. I don't consider that an open. That's just, hey, she's interested, now let's do, hey, I noticed this about your profile, and let's go from there. I found Bumble to be worldwide good results here in Bangkok for sure, Mexico, Colombia. Australia was where I was getting more of the stuff on dating apps. So highly recommend Bumble. Tinder is great worldwide as well. I would say this is probably more for hookups. You're also going to have a lot more working girls. You're also going to have a lot more bots. But it is definitely a worldwide thing. For Tinder, what I've been doing, just because in Bangkok specifically, you get so many likes. And if you get so many matches, you can just easily send the same message out. Hey, troublemaker. Basically, hey, troublemaker. Or hey, cutie if you're in a foreign country. But these are really the 3 that I would use. I think personally I like Bumble the best, then Hinge, and then I would say Tinder. But you should definitely be using all 3. Get as much abundance as you can. You can use all the same photos basically. Prompts are really not that important. You want your prompts to be like we-framed, but we can get into that some other time. This is just a little breakdown. I think I need to update this. The match between 1% and 5%. Most girls, like I said, most guys have terrible profiles, so it's easy for girls to just swipe left. So it's really not that hard to be in the top 10%. Just put in that little bit of effort, get some proper photos, and you'll still be in the top percent. Response rates, yeah, about half probably. You just match with and they don't even respond. out of the ones that you are texting, you should be able to get probably close to 30% on dates, as long as you're being very specific with the messages you're sending. And time to first date. This is important, I think. In places like Playa del Carmen, in Bangkok, in Bali, places where people aren't working like the typical 9 to 5, they're kind of in that. It's just easier to get around. Like in Playa, you can just walk to a place. You don't have to get in your car and drive. Bali, everybody just walks or takes a scooter. It's much easier to get on a date in 1 to 2 days. You want to set it up quickly. People are busy doing stuff. They have a lot of options, so maybe they'll meet with somebody else. The faster you get a girl onto a date, the better your likelihood of meeting up with her is, because she has tons of options. And if you're dicking around, she's going to find somebody who can pull the trigger quickly, which is why I like to get 5 to 7 texts. You get the number and then you set up a date. But in the US, Australia, it does seem like it could take a week or two, because they have their job, they have their friends, they have their family, they have their commitments already. So it can be it can be more difficult in the US to set up dates. Not to say that that's not impossible. I did pretty well when I was in Minneapolis, focused on this. So definitely can do it, but this is just kind of some stuff you could expect. Yeah. This is just kind of stuff. You're like, what's unique about you? You want to use this. This is all thanks to Todd V. To really, like, what's unique about you? Do you travel? Do you like to cook? Do you like to have that in your profile? Make it about you. What kind of relationships do you want? Do you want a girl that goes to concerts with you? Do you want a girl that is fit? Like, kind of show these pictures. All right, so that's all for this. The next week would be going over the photos. What are some proper photos to take? But hopefully this kind of just emphasized to you, like, why it's so important to stand out. And you'll see in the upcoming reviews that we do, ask yourself, does this guy stand out? Would this girl judge him on his worst photo and just swipe left? Look at your profile. Does your profile look like these guys? Do you stand out more than these other guys? Like, just kind of look at it and see where you think you would stack up, so that you can make improvements and stay in epic dating life and meet the right girl, so you're not just choosing from scarcity. Any tips for doing photo shoots, specific spots, indoors, outdoors? Yes. So I can show you what some of my photos look like. Let me stop for a second. But yeah, you want to be, it has to make sense. So sometimes you'll see guys with suits and they'll be next to their parents' house, or they'll be in the grass. Like, it doesn't make sense. But a suit out at a restaurant, or a suit on a sidewalk, like, that makes sense. That looks cool. One of the things to really focus on is you want to take tons and tons and tons and tons of photos. So like portrait mode, you can do this with your iPhone. Portrait mode, just take a bunch of photos, and you want movement so that it looks candid. It's not just a staged photo you posing, which your mom can take, which I think is a reason a lot of guys do struggle, is that they're taking these very posed photos. Let me see if I can find my photos quick. It's something that you're always improving on over time as well. So I would say my profile is pretty decent. I'm happy with the photos. I think they look pretty good, but at the same time, like, I can continue to improve and to do better. And yeah, where did I do with my photos? In terms of indoors, outdoors, yeah, I would say as long as you can look clear, it looks like you're clearly visible and you look as attractive as possible. Just make sure that the scenario fits. Like, you're not in a suit in the grass or in the forest. You're not, you're not outdoors cooking something. Like, I don't know. But just kind of make sure it looks the same. I just had these photos the other day. What did I do with them? All right, I'll just go to this folder. It's not very organized, but not really work out. All right, these are. Share this real quick. Do you guys have any other questions, real quick? Oh yeah, you're 30, dude. Yeah, dude, I wish I was 30. I'd be fucking crushing it on dating apps. You could get 20-year-olds, 18, 19, yeah, 30 years old. You can fucking crush it. I would love to be 30. I'm 42. I still get girls that'll match that are 20, 21, 22. It's harder for me to match with them because I am 42. That age gap does make a difference. I do get filtered out, but my photos stand out so much more than most guys. And I cater my profile to specifically like show that I know what I'm doing, that I can give them a good experience. So, at 30 years old, dude, you could fucking crush dating. You're not getting filtered out by many girls who are 22 when you're 30. Plus, you can date girls that are 25 to 28 to 32, 33. You don't have to. As an older guy, you'll see a lot more girls that are liking you and who are 35 and above. But you still get plenty of girls who are 25, 28, 29. They're looking for a high value guy that stands out. Like it'll make a huge difference. But yeah, at 30, dude, you're actually in prime to do all of it. Cold approach, online dating, all of it. All right, let me share my screen. I'll just show you guys this quick. I don't want to on my photos. I guess that's not what this is about. Let's see. So these are the photos that I use currently for my profile. I've iterated it over the years. So this is one of the first ones I got. Pretty good, cool colors. It stands out. Got a lot of likes on it. I don't think it's my best. This is one of the ones that I have now, which girls seem to really like because it shows me clearly. It's got a colorful background. I'm smoking a cigar. Guys will think that don't show smoking because girls won't like it. It does. But what girls like about it is that it shows that, it's not a posed photo. This is clearly staged. Like we were not just smoking cigars. We staged this. We had a guy take our photo with a cat, like just the, yes, I do use FaceApp. I use FaceApp to change the colors. It kind of makes you the handsome filter. Girls use filters. It still looks like you. Definitely use FaceApp. But what's good about this photo is that you can see that it's a social photo because you can see my friends there. You can see I'm not alone. We're having fun. We're socializing. So if you're going to get, a social proof photo, you want to have friends in it, but you want to be the center of attention. This is another one that girls really like. You'll see guys, I'll show you this as we go through like Reddit. Guys will have selfies with their dog, and these all stand out because hundreds of guys just take a picture with their cat on the couch or their dog on the couch or them posing with their dog. Whereas me, I'm at puppy yoga. I got a big smile on my face. The dog is licking me. Like my friend is taking the photo. It's not just a selfie. Like this was an event. They can tell like I am somewhere. I'm not just in my house pretending to do something. Nope, I don't ever do a solo tripod. You could. I recommend having a friend take the photos for you. Like all these photos that I have too are on an iPhone. This isn't me hiring a professional photographer. This isn't me needing expensive equipment. But this photo took a lot of takes. Like there's a lot of pictures for me to choose from. It's like a model. She doesn't just go to a photo shoot and just take one photo and she's done. They take hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of photos to look for the exact right one. And that's what you're doing. So that's why movement is key. You're moving around just side to side. I'll make a video about this actually. I think I have a good clip of that. Today's my last day in Pattaya, so that'll come up later. But like we'll see how like some of these photos that with the selfies, it just doesn't stand out. This is my first photo that I used. This was in Colombia. This was 5 years ago. So like I said, the importance of just getting a good photo. You can use this for years. Take the effort, put forth the effort to get quality photos to start. This one, you can clearly see what I look like. I'm not just staring at the camera. clearly it's posed. We took many photos to get this one, but I have a good facial reaction. I look handsome. I got good style. The colors kind of blend, like stick out. It's not just me with a selfie, or like you can tell this is just a different environment. So this is like I've been using this for years. Another one that I use is the suit photo. So like this, I see a lot of guys with suit photos where they're in the grass, or they're like standing next to a house, or it's like a suit photo from a wedding, which is clearly a wedding. It's like, that's not unique. But here I'm at a restaurant with a drink in my hand, and I dressed up. Like, this was a photo shoot. I didn't just go to this fucking restaurant. I went out to this restaurant to get photos. Big smile on my face. I'm just looking out the window. My friend was just taking photos, and we happened to find this one. That same day, we were outside just taking photos, like a suit with me next to a fountain, like walking the sidewalk. Like, that makes sense. That seems plausible. Like, I think I look very good here, but this doesn't look as candid as the other one. So that's why I use this one instead. But these, like I said, these are all iPhone. This isn't me big fancy camera or anything like that. You don't need to have amazing model-like photos. You just have to have stuff that stands out. It makes you look different. Well, like I said, I'll show you some other ones. This is a good one too. This shows me that I travel. So I mentioned, like, I like to travel. I've been to these different countries. This actually shows proof of that. I'm not just claiming I'm adventurous, but then all my profile pictures are selfies or just half-ass effort. Like, I want to look attractive. I want to show that I put in the effort to make myself look as good as possible on these apps. If you do that, like I said, girls will match with 2 to 4% of guys. You're going to get 80% of the results. Put forth the effort. This one I haven't really used, but I think it's a good photo. It's got good colors. It shows I'm in the beach in Mexico. This is why I think you should travel as well. Like, travel, get some experiences, but then take photos of it. I take this photo, or a photo I just had the other day with an elephant, and I go back to, say I go back to Minneapolis for a little bit. You know how unique a photo of me on the beach is, or with an elephant or a koala, compared to the other guys that have fish pictures or pictures of them at the bar with their friends. Like, it's just going to stand out so much more. But yeah, that's what my photos look like. So I think they look very high quality. They help me stand out. I'll show you some as we go with the Reddit and stuff. What would you recommend for me to transform my dating life? I've been in the POA community for 10 years. Not sure if POA is an outdated term, but I've always been a hard case or poor results guy. Yeah, I don't like the term PUA personally. I don't consider myself a PUA. I think that's like where you're using gimmicks and lines and you're not really being authentic. I definitely do cold approach. Like, I think that's the best way to meet women, and there are things that you can do to improve your results. Like, what I do, I focus mostly on going out during the day or coffee shops or wherever, because I like to stay at home at night and get sleep and wake up and have my morning routine. So I don't want to go out to the clubs. I don't drink. So I don't want to do all that. So for me, I like to do during the day. And my structure is, hey, I saw you. I just wanted to say real quick, I thought you looked very nice. What I noticed about you was, and then you can just start there. Like, that's a great stepping stone, especially if you say you're a hard case and you're not getting the results you want. You said here you've done 10,000 approaches with still no results. I don't know. It would be good to talk to you to figure out like what your structure is. Like, how are you doing these approaches? But if you can just go up and say, hey, I saw you. I thought you looked very nice. Like, you're just giving value. You're not trying to take anything from her. It's just, hey, I saw you. I thought you looked very nice. I wanted to just say, stop sharing this for now. I just wanted to say, I thought you looked nice. If you don't want to talk, that's fine. Have a good day. But at least you're giving yourself that opportunity. She's got her options. She can just walk away. Maybe she'll tell you she's got a boyfriend. But you are just giving value. So anything after that is a win. If you don't have money to travel, is it ethical to use AI photos? I personally think AI photos are lame, but you can you can do what you want. Just because you can't travel doesn't mean you can't go do something adventurous on the weekend, like go take a road trip for 20 miles and go somewhere, go do stuff. You don't even need to travel. Like the photos I showed you, like you don't have to, these were just outside at a restaurant. Just start posing at cool locations around your city. I think AI photos, I just personally think that they're kind of lame, because I would rather be the guy that does these things than to lie about doing them. And then you have to get into the thing of, oh yeah, I saw you were here, but you've never actually been there. And that kind of comes to the pickup stuff. Like I'm not a pickup artist. I do cold approach. I like to meet women, but I'm not going to use these lines that manipulate girls or these tactics to pull a girl home. Like, I want to be authentic. I want to try to improve myself, which is where the traveling comes in. Like every time you travel, you build yourself up more. You can really, I find ways to build yourself up as a man instead of finding cheat codes is what I would recommend. But yeah, some of the stuff that I like the idea of being authentic. Yeah, so the pickup term to me is just very. I met a lot of these guys, but I see a lot of their videos. I meet them in Playa a lot. They're able to recite all this pickup stuff, this pickup jargon, just be high value, say this kind of stuff to get them home, and then they don't even know how to, like, they don't have a dating life. They're weird people because they're using all these lines and gimmicks, and you don't really know the kind. Like they never learn to be a better version of themselves. They just learn to trick people. But let's go through some of the Reddit stuff that I found. So this is probably just a bot. But what I wanted to point out was a couple things. One is this guy's saying, "I'm in blank if that works for you. Otherwise, I can get a grab to whatever's best." So he's letting her lead. If that works for you, I can go here otherwise, instead of just setting the plans. Hey, let's meet here at 8. Sound good? So she's leading the interaction. She'll send her location later. So not ideal. You're the man. Girls want the date set up. You'll see this a lot in dating profiles. Girls want a guy to just lead. Hey, tell me when and where to be. They don't want to have to think. They've been doing their job all day. They just want to show up, have a good time. There you go. So definitely lead the interaction. Hey, let's meet at this place at 8 p.m. Sound good? Like you're asking, like, make sure that works for them, but you are setting it up. And then he's sending messages that you don't need to send, looking forward to it. You don't, like, that's not going to help. When she says, "All right, Angel," like that's kind of like a sign that this is probably a robot or a flake. But the other thing I want to point out is don't be setting up plans on dating apps. If you're doing this, you're just like every other guy she's talking to. Get her phone number, then set up these plans, because then you stand out in some way. You're not just a guy, you're not just one of the 100 other guys she's talking to on Tinder. If you get her WhatsApp, you're now a guy she's in direct contact with. So you don't need to be setting up dates through Tinder, get them off the app. Hey, this is going great. Let's meet up. Do you have WhatsApp? But yeah, that's the things to point out. Lead the date, get her off the app, and if she says, "All right, Angel," probably a likelihood she's a bot. 36 profile. So this guy, let's just look through this. So he says 0 matches lately. Edit, does Van make me look homeless or too nomadic? Gotten flack for flying too much. All right, so first photo, he doesn't look very happy. Like he kind of looks like he's constipated, and it's not a good facial reaction. Girls don't really care so much about the scenery. So like they don't care that you're at a river or a lake. They care more about what you look like. So many girls will see this very first photo and probably be like, like I said, some of them could just easily immediately just swipe left, like, meh, his facial reaction's not great, whatever. Some girls will probably swipe through and see what his next one was. But you could definitely upgrade his likelihood of them continuing to have a higher quality photo, in my opinion. We won't go over prompts because photos are more important. If he has a decent profile, then you can fix your thing. This to me looks like it was probably staged, probably with a tripod. But if not, also he's got sunglasses on. It's not really, you can't really tell what he looks like still because of the hat, the sunglasses, the shadows. Not a terrible photo, but also not like going to propel you to get the hottest girls, which, I mean, as a man, I assume you want to have the hottest girls you can get. This, yeah, I don't know. Like it's just kind of an average photo. Maybe it won't hurt him, but it's not also like, oh, that guy looks super cool. I can't wait to get in his van. This one's not bad. Got some cute goats. It's laughing. Be better if he was looking at the camera, which is why it's important to take as many photos as you can. If you had a friend that did this as a photo shoot and you're just constantly taking photos, I think you could get one like the puppy thing where you just have that random effect where he's licking me and I'm smiling at the same time. Like you could get this with the goats. So instead of just taking one photo, you take multiple photos and you can just pick the right one. So you could redo this and stand out even more. And then this one, like this doesn't help you at all. No one wants to pick out who you are. We don't care about all these kids. Girls care more about what you look like. This just looks like okay, you're at the beach with some bunch of people. I don't know what this means. So I would definitely look to replace that. I would say it's not a terrible profile, but if he wants to get the hottest girls, if he wants to get as many matches as possible, to get as abundant as he can, there's some improvements that he could make. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that's a good profile? Does that look better than yours? Do you think there's some things he could do to improve it? Let's see. I like to be authentic. Since I was a POA, I can go from being a POA weirdo to attractive. How can I go from POA weirdos? So this is all just going to come down to putting in reps, figuring out what you want. Yeah, we can hop on a call. Yeah, you can check out the Stan store. I can do one-on-one dating app review for you, like really break down what you can do to improve it. And then in terms of 10 approaches per day for 60 days, that helped me tremendously. Like it got me over my AA. Now I'll approach girls in the coffee shop. I got some really good results out of it. It showed to myself that I can still attract 20-year-olds being 42. It does take a lot of time. It does drain you, but the more approaches you can do, the faster you'll level up. I highly recommend as many as you can, as often as you can. But you want to be doing approaches in the right way. You said you did 10,000 approaches with no results. If you do 10 approaches a day for 60 days, but you're not doing any of the right steps, it's going to hurt you. You're going to reinforce bad habits. So definitely make sure you're putting in the right framework and stuff. Let's see what's next. What else I want to show? Oh yeah, this guy. So this guy, I think this is a lot of what most guys on dating apps will go through when you don't know what you're like really doing or what the objective is. If you compare this to, we'll look at this and then I'll show you the siren breakdown I did the other day. So he's looking for someone to go hike Mount Fuji with him. Are you down? When? So that's a good open. She's like, okay, yeah, that sounds good. Like early September. So she's already involved. So this is like future projecting. This is good. So, and then he's like playing along, and then he's getting into like, where did you go? She's talking about traveling. Okay, so the interaction is going fine. And then he's talking about that's a dream for first 4 months. Didn't realize. And now he's asking about like Melbourne. So now it went from playful future projecting to friendly. Let's get to know each other. She's probably thinking like, okay, is this ever going to come off the app? Yeah, I should have started my year with traveling. Thanks for going on holidays at the end of the month. I actually need a good recommendation for the best meal. And so now he's even still, it's just like, okay, now it's just friend to friend. He's just telling me all this stuff. It doesn't seem like it's ever going to lead to a date. He's investing more than her. You can see that he's texted 2 times. She's texting a little bit less. He's texting more. Now she's texting less. Nice. Where are you going? So she's just kind of like being friendly, keeping it up. And then most of it, and then it's like, okay, I need to get some carbs when I come to Sydney. What's your favorite? Japan, LOL. So, and then the interaction ends because he's doing what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 texts. Not even 12 texts. Not even like getting close to a date. He's never even like, he's not even flirting with her anymore. It's just very like basic. I travel here. Where do you like to travel? What do you like to eat? Like very friend to friend. Where if you look at the siren breakdown that I just did the other day, this is why I like to use astrology in my prompts. But like within 5 texts. So I'm Bumble. Like I said, girls will message you. Don't even consider it open. I did the, hey, you have an artsy adventurous profile. You have this and this. The girls will think, is that true? Yes. Okay. And then immediately after she responds, she's like, is that a good thing? Thanks. I say, yeah, I like that. But I'm already like, I want you to know, can you keep up with me? So there's already this idea of we are going to get together. We are going to go do something. This isn't me finding out what kind of food you like or where you travel to. This is, can you keep up with me? We're going to get together, but do I have to worry about you bailing or being not able to keep up? And because of that, she's like, oh, of course I can handle it. It would be fun. And then I can say it's either going to be fireworks or chaos. Let's find out. So I'm just going for a drink right away. I know she likes me. We matched. I'm keeping it playful. I'm future projecting that we're going to do something. And then I suggest it. It's not doing all this stuff. He was future projecting. Like, okay, we're going to do all this stuff. And then it just got to be like, okay, well, we're going to do Mount Fuji in a year. But like he doesn't lead it to even meeting up before then. There's just no structure to actually meet up. It's all about like, oh, what's your favorite holiday? What about Sydney? What do you do? What's your favorite thing to do in Sydney? Just not engaging. By now, she probably stopped messaging because she found a guy like me who can text and get her off the app right away and give her a good experience. And so these guys will be out on here, a lot of guys you'll see on here complaining that dating's broken or girls are ghosting. The girl didn't ghost you. She just found a different option because you were too slow. You didn't pull the trigger. So hopefully that kind of just emphasizes to you guys like how you can start to process like getting them out quickly instead of dragging this stuff on. You don't need to be asking them what's their favorite food, what's their favorite place to travel, what did you like about this place. Save that shit for the date. This is all very friend to friend. This isn't what an attractive man would do. An attractive man who's busy and doesn't have time for this shit and thinks the girl likes him already would just be like, hey, let's just meet up. We'll talk about all this stuff. So hopefully that kind of emphasizes that. Let's see, you guys got any more questions? Let's see what else is next. So this guy wanted a profile review. Let's check his stuff out. So first photo, like I said, it just kind of looks like a photo your mom took. Like you could be on vacation with your mom. This is just one shot, done. You're not dressed very appealing. It's shadowy. The background is okay, but like it's not super impressive. Like if you're from the States, some guy has a picture of New York, it's like, it's not a huge deal. So it'd be better to have your first photo showing clearly what you look like, as attractive as you possibly can. This just looks like I'm on tour. And then the next photo, like it's just a selfie from the guy and then you're just at a regular bar. Like this isn't anything appealing. You're not doing anything interesting. You're just drinking on a Sunday. Maybe you're watching football. Like who knows? Doesn't really draw the girl in. Oh, this isn't his first photo. Okay, let's go to his first photo. All right, his first photo is worse because you can't even, like, it's not even zoomed in enough to see his entire face. He's got his hands in his pocket. It's just, and if girls don't give a shit about baseball, like, what does a girl care about Fenway? So I highly recommend getting a new photo for the first one. Like, maybe this could be your last photo, but don't have it be your very first one. Then again, hand in your pocket in the forest, like, and the camera angle is going up, so it doesn't look right. So this looks like he probably just set this up himself. He's in the forest, nothing super special. Doesn't show you live an interesting life. Doesn't make a girl want to be like, oh yeah, I want to be part of this guy. He's got his hands in his pocket. It's just not going to make you stand out. I'm not saying it's a terrible photo, but you're not going to stand out to the guys who put forth the effort to have a photo with them in a nice suit, or at a restaurant, or at the cigar photo where it's colorful and cool. Here, like I said, these are the suit photos you'll see. Like, this is not a interesting shoot photo. This is we're at prom or a wedding, and we just did the classic photo shoot. It's not you looking like James Bond or anything cool. Very average. This is something you'll typically see on profile, so you're just not standing out, which is the whole goal. So you need to stand out. Selfie on the couch. Like, this is the kind of photo that a girl will see this and then just swipe left. Like, okay, maybe she was interested for, I'm going to guess most girls are immediately going to see this and just swipe left. Maybe you'll get a couple girls that'll continue on, but say out of 100 girls, you get 90% or 80% that just swipe left immediately. Like, that's terrible. You want them to go through your profile. The likelihood that you get a girl to like you after she's gone through your entire profile is very high, because girls are very picky. They're not just going to waste their time going through your entire profile if there's no interest there. So I would say out of, say, 100 girls, I would say probably 80% would just swipe left immediately. They don't give a shit about baseball. We can't clearly see what you look like. You got your hands in your pocket. It's very zoomed out, not very appealing. Doesn't look that interesting. Swipe left. So that's 80% gone immediately. At least 20% of girls. Then they see this next one. Hands in your pocket, photos looking up. You're just in a regular, boring forest, nothing appealing. 10% more gone. So now you're down to 10 girls out of 100 looking at the rest of your profile. Then they see this. Okay, fine. Yeah, it's not the most appealing. If I've already got this far, I guess I'll check out the rest. And then you see this one. It's like, okay, now it's just a boring selfie on the couch. Like, okay, well, let's say you lose 5 more girls. So now you're at 5 out of 100. And then they see this one. It's like, okay, well, yeah, it's kind of, I don't know, shadowy, not the most amazing. And then this one, okay, fine, whatever. But now you're down to 5 girls out of 100. Like, do you think they're going to be the highest quality girls that have gone through this entire profile and like, oh, I can't wait to match with this guy? Or do you think it's going to be 5 girls that are just like, yeah, I guess he's good enough, I'll like him. And now he's in scarcity because he's not getting a tons of likes. So he's like, okay, I will match with her because I'm not getting more attractive women liking my profile. Like, the dude's a good looking dude, but the photos are not going to make him stand out to every other guy. So you're going to end up with the girls that are going to settle, just like you're going to have to settle. So I think there's a lot of improvements he can make there. Let me know in the comments, is that something that you noticed? What are your thoughts on his thing? I think there's a lot of work that can be done. And then this guy, father of 2, he revamped his profile, created some feedback to improve his odds of finding a partner. So again, like, this photo is not terrible. You can clearly see his face. Me personally, I would want to have my first photo look as attractive as possible. This one is just him in his kitchen with, I don't know, a cucumber. Kind of looks like he took the photo himself. Nothing really appealing. Like, it just looks like a shitty standard apartment kitchen. It's not like you're in a high rise or something, or anything cool. So I would take this photo to a unique location, a restaurant, a rooftop, or something. Like, make yourself stand out. Some girls will see this, they might swipe left, but a lot of girls will see this and be like, yeah, I don't care about some shitty kitchen and you cutting up a cucumber. Like, it's not super interesting. Then we get this. This looks clearly staged. You're just staring at the camera. It looks like you just set up a tripod to show that you read a book outside your apartment. So most girls will see this and not think it's the most amazing. It just really does look staged and a little bit weird, honestly, that you're just staring at the camera. So this is where, like, movement comes in. Keep it candid. My reading, let's see if I can find that again. So the reading photo I have is an interesting book. Like, it's colorful. It's sextrology. This is like, girls will be like, what the fuck is sextrology? It's colorful. You don't see my face, but the background is cool. The colors pop. It's unique. It just, it'll stand out so much more. But the girl sees this, like, it's just, this guy does kind of seem like a divorced dad, which, if that's the kind of girls you're looking for, great. but I don't think you're going to get the most attractive women with this. And then this one does look like he took the photo again. So now you have 3 photos that all look like he took the photo. So it doesn't look like he has friends. Like, have a friend take these photos. This one's not terrible. It's kind of good. And I'd use that. I'd keep that. This one I would definitely get rid of. Like, no one poses like that. The car's not very interesting. It's shadowy, so we can't even see that you look attractive. And then the last one, you've got a girl with kids. Like, that looks like it's your ex with your kids. So definitely get rid of that. But yeah, hopefully you can just kind of see, like, just how these profiles just kind of blend in. Sure, some girls might match with this, but you know, the hottest girls have tons of options. Like, why would they choose you based off of this? Like, you have you in your standard apartment kitchen, not doing anything super crazy, and you're just staring at the camera while you read a book. Doesn't make sense. The gardening, you're just staring at the camera. You're not even doing the gardening. Like, you could have easily a candid shot of doing that. So this is where movement comes in when you're doing photo shoots. Move around, take tons of photos. You're looking just for that perfect one. So hopefully that stuff was helpful for you guys today. I just want to kind of reemphasize how important that stuff is. Let's see. Regarding the negative Matthew effect from not getting results. What's Matthew effect? Would it be worth it to pay someone to text hot girls for me to prove myself that I'm attractive and build inner confidence over time? No, just text them yourself. Like, it's not hard. I have tons of breakdowns in here that show you exactly like how to go through it. Like, I'm texting these girls in 5 texts. Hey, saw your adventurous profile. She says, yep. Can you keep up with the fiery Leo? Oh man, it's gonna be hard to. It's either be complete chaos or fireworks. Let's go for a date. When? Definitely do the texting yourself, because you're gonna have to get used to, one, knowing what to say. It's gonna make you more clever. You're gonna need this on dates, and once you get the girl texting you directly off the app, you're still gonna want to be playful and lead the interaction. But it's really not that hard. Like, the whole framework I have here. Like, this is the way that I do it. I'm not going to go over this whole thing. Is this stuff sharing? Whoops. Damn, how long was I not sharing this for? Fuck. I wish this was more interactive. Hopefully you guys, my bad. All right, well, I guess you'll have to see these profiles. I'll just go. Fuck. All right, well, all a learning process. We're getting it going, right? All right. So this is the profile I was just talking about. You see how like, this is the kitchen, nothing unique. The reading photo, he's just staring at the camera. This, like, all this stuff looks staged. I don't want to get into all this. We'll improve it tomorrow. I just won't stop sharing my camera. Yeah, this guy was the guy I was talking about at Fenway. Just doesn't stand out. But in terms of like texting girls, don't pay somebody to text for you just to build your confidence. Just build confidence through action. If you have somebody do the texting for you, you're going to assume that they did all the work, and now you'll give them credit instead of yourself. But just keep in mind, like, the framework. The whole thing of texting is to get them out on dates. Like, girls want to be on dates, 2 dates, so keep that in mind. So you want to spark attraction. Like, this is sparking their interest. Spark it like, hey, I noticed this about your profile. Oh, okay, thanks. Then you want to build some interest, then rapport, then escalate very quickly, and then close. You don't need to be dragging the stuff out. You don't need to be asking them, what's their favorite foods and where do they like to travel, and sending all this stuff, and then they ghost. Check out the breakdowns. I have over 30, 40 of them of very similar things. So this was an 18-year-old that I matched with in Australia, like 40 years old. So you can still definitely get girls to match with you there. Like I said, a lot of the stuff I use is astrology based because it's very fun and playful. But yeah, I'm not going to go through all that stuff. I'm getting numbers. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm getting numbers within 4 texts. Like you don't have to drag this stuff out at all. You don't want to be the guy that's just having these friendly conversations. How's my experience on the dating apps in the States versus foreign countries? Dating apps in foreign countries is 100% better. I'll stop sharing now because I don't have anything else to share. In the States, I've done online dating for many years. I didn't take it seriously until I got to Minneapolis, which was in 2024. Yeah. Had some really good dates, some solid girls. But it was not ever like hundreds and hundreds of likes at a time. Whereas when I was in Colombia, I didn't have even the best profile, and I was getting tons and tons and tons of likes, getting girls out on dates, girls from Russia, Colombia, Ukraine, Estonia. Then I go to Mexico, and you're still getting just so many more likes. And then I went to Bali, and there, again, just so much more volume. You just get so many more likes. You just get so much more abundance. For some reason, in the States, I don't know if just not as many girls are on the apps, or I'm getting filtered out more. Girls are just busy. A lot of girls in the States already have, like, they're getting locked down by their boyfriends in college. A lot of the cities in the States too, like most cities in the US, besides New York or Miami or Vegas, a lot of these people grew up there. They stayed there forever. They stayed there their whole lives. So they have their friends. They're already, a lot of them are in long-term relationships. So you just don't have as much abundance. Whereas you go to Playa del Carmen or Medellin or Bali or now Bangkok, like there's so many more people that didn't grow up there. They're traveling. They want to meet you. In foreign countries, girls don't care so much about age. So you just get so much more abundance. You can really just improve your dating life so much more. I got divorced in my wife left in 2017, divorced officially in 2018. I struggled for months to even get a date. I didn't even sleep with another girl for 8 months after she had left. That was a result of Tinder, but it took me months to get dating practice. And it wasn't really until I went to Mexico. Well, yeah, it wasn't until Mexico I was getting like on date practice. In Vegas, I was able to go to nightclubs, meet a bunch of girls, pull them home. It's fun. It's that pickup kind of stuff where you're going out to nightclubs, you're doing all this attraction, leading to after parties, stuff like that. I don't want to do that now. And it never was like a date. It was like, okay, you're going to come home, we're going to have fun, and then I'll never see you again. But with online dating in Mexico specifically, that's where I really blew up. That's where I noticed like I can get dates consistently. That's when I had this abundance where I don't need to just settle for one girl. I actually had multiple girls I was seeing, and that was always new leads coming in. So I could choose who I wanted to spend my time with. But because there's so many leads, I was able to go out on dates consistently. So I'm not nervous when I go talk to them. I can be fun and playful. I can have good conversations. I'm not just talking about, what do you do for work? What are your hobbies? Where do you want to travel? Like very boring stuff. I'm able to flirt, be playful, lead it to a new location, lead it to the house, give these girls a good experience so that they want to see me again. So dating in a foreign country on the apps was huge. It's so easy to get girls out because, like I said earlier, they're not like these girls in Colombia. Like they're willing to just meet up. They don't have to go drive through traffic. They can just walk everywhere, train, or whatever. It just seemed like they were more relaxed and more likely to meet up. Whereas in the U.S., girls are working. They have their friends. They have their family. A lot of times they live, say, 10 miles outside the city. The U.S. is very spread out. So they live out in the suburbs, and you want them to come to the center of the city. They're like, man, I don't really want to drive 40 minutes to get all the way down there. Dating in the foreign countries just propelled my dating experience. Like now I'm focused on the cold approach aspect of meeting them during the day because I'm not where I want to be there. I want to see a hot girl on the street. I want to talk to her. I want to get her out. But once I get her on a date, I feel very comfortable that I can give her a good interaction. maybe it doesn't always go somewhere, but I'm not nervous. I have my steps and the things I do. And that was all from getting as much experience as possible in Mexico, in Colombia, in Bali. So I highly recommend, even if you're going to live in the U.S. forever, like go take a week trip to Playa del Carmen. It's super easy to get to Cancun. You take a $10 bus to get to Playa. You sit at the beach, you relax, you get a bunch of dates while you're there, get some experience, meet some cool girls. Girls are much more likely to, because it's just a relaxed vibe, sleep with you. Like, it's very chill. So you can just build a ton of experience. You probably never want to come back to the U.S. That's what happened to me. I went to Playa del Carmen for a week. I slept with 4 girls from the dating apps that were hotter than the girls I was seeing in the States. And then I immediately was like, okay, why the hell am I living in Texas? Like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get to Mexico. And now I just do whatever it takes to go move around. That's the life I want. But yeah, that's all how that came about, was through getting that abundance in Mexico. It's kind of just opened my eyes to like, okay, I am attractive. Girls want to see me. I just need to be in optimal spots to maximize on it. Hopefully that was useful live session today. I'll go through, like I said, I'll try to do these every day if they're useful for you. I'm just already going through Reddit stuff as it is. Happy to answer your questions. Like I said, with some of the questions like AI photos, I personally don't. I was actually going to do an online dating business with my cleaning business partner. We were going to do AI photos. He figured out how to do it. And I just always had resistance to ever making it. Like, I want to be authentic. I want to present myself attract. Like, I'll use FaceApp to make myself more handsome in photos, but it's still me. It's still the things I was doing. I don't want to be a phony pretending I was at these locations with AI photos. If that works for you, that works for you. That's just not what I want to do. Yeah. The apps have sucked for me here in Dallas with early 30s. I want to focus on in person now. I would do both. If you're in Dallas and you're 30, like there are 100% girls there. I'll switch my Hinge to Dallas now. I'm not going to boost or anything, but let's just see if I can get anything in the next couple days. I don't use Hinge in Thailand because it's not a app that people use here. Big girl now. But yeah, it'd be interesting. See, I think if you're in Dallas, you could clean up with a good profile. There's tons of girls out on dating apps, but definitely focus on in person. Like, in person is going to get you the hottest girls. Hot 20-year-old girls that you want to sleep with are not on dating apps because they have they can just go outside and they'll meet somebody. They'll have guys that want to pay for their shit. But if you can go up and approach them on the street, that takes a lot of confidence. That already sets you apart from other guys. Plus, doing that builds you up as a man because you have to face your fears of being rejected by women. That's one of the biggest fears guys have. So you can get over that. That builds you up. Then you realize there's things you can do to improve yourself physically, mentally, to give her a better interaction. So that makes you want to improve to get even hotter girls. So 100% do in person. That's going to change your life. Even if you even days where you don't get results, like, you still learn something, you still feel good that you put yourself out there. Like, how many guys, like for me at 42, no one I know growing up could ever even just go talk to a girl at a coffee shop. None of the guys, most of the guys I see in their 40s now are not in great shape. They couldn't do the stuff they can do. How many guys that you hang out with in your 30s can fucking go talk to a girl at a grocery store? It makes me feel like it's like a superpower. I highly recommend it, but don't let dating apps like go either. Just improve your profile. You'll meet some girls that you would not see throughout the day. Like, that's how I met the girl I was doing the Hinge stuff with, where we were reviewing profiles. Like, I met her, she just randomly was in Minneapolis, but she's from Budapest. So had I not been on Tinder, if I didn't have a good profile, she really liked the Spain photo because she had been there. So easy conversation starter. So don't neglect online dating. Don't make it your primary focus. I think doing it in person is going to build you up as a man. It's going to, there's just so much more results. You're also gonna feel more accomplished. You're gonna have hot girls in your life. Girls really love it. Isabella, if you remember her from a few videos ago, back when I was seeing her in Minneapolis, like she loved that I approached her in the grocery store. She doesn't want to have to rely on online dating, so definitely do that. I guess I'm all over the place here. Do cold approach, do online dating, because you will meet. Like, I met that girl that I saw in Budapest, which, because I met her, gave me an excuse to go to Budapest, and then we went to Rome, like places I would never have gone on my own. So just build all these crazy epic experiences. You don't know where the fuck this shit's gonna take you. Get a good profile. You can use it for years. Then you can use it in. Yeah, I'll set it to Dallas. I just want to see what's out there. Dallas, Texas. Yeah, build up your profile. Take that shit to. Did not switch it. Take that shit to Colombia. Take that shit to Bali. Take that to anywhere in the world. Yeah, do whatever it takes to meet hot women. That's my motto. I love fucking hot girls. Also, if you're in Texas, I would recommend using all 3 apps. Hinge would probably be your best bet. This girl's 37, but still cute. Being 30, like you could crush the apps, dude. You're young enough to get 20-year-olds, but you're also old enough to where you can still get hot 20, 32, 33-year-olds. Like, you don't need to be settling. Most guys who are my age, 40, if they don't have a good profile, they just settle with girls who are already, 38, 40, which nothing wrong with those girls. But if you're a guy who wants kids, you match with a 38-year-old. Now you're going to date her for a year before you even know if she's the right girl for you. Now you're rushing to have kids before she turns 40. It's just very chaotic, in my opinion, but whatever works for you guys. I'm going to get another coffee. I don't do any swiping on apps, so we'll just see what happens. I've switched it to Texas. Maybe I'll check this in a couple days if I remember. Remind me. Be interested in seeing if you're just getting passive likes. I haven't been very active on it, so maybe it won't result in anything, but I saw some cute girls already. All right, boys. Yeah, that's it for today. I will be in Bangkok tonight, so we will see you later. Peace.